welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, and today I have my update for the Panner's Pan. This was created by Liz. She used to be Kooky Pans on Instagram. She is now Shiny Happy Pans, and she created this project to basically recognize the panners of the community. It's a way to support one another and to give shout outs to people that we really enjoy, whether we're watching them on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Just, just to show appreciation for this community, to help strengthen it and build it up, which I am all for because y'all know I love the panning community. This started September 1st of 2020. That was a rough year, and it was just a really good time to put a little positivity out there in the world. So I have stuck with this project. I am going to continue doing this for quite some time, even though I'm a little bit slower on this than some other people can blow through. And I think it's great. I just love it. Even if I take a while, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with hanging out with the panners, and some things I'm going to get done quicker, some things are going to hang out for a little bit longer. It's all good. Let's go through the panners that I've been working on. I'm going to go in the order in which they were brought in. I finished some panners in 2020, 21, 22, and I can't remember if I have everyone listed down below, but I have everyone that is current in my description. I really ought to make sure that I have everyone that I've ever put in there. Probably be a good reminder for you guys to find new people, but it's also a good reminder for myself so that I can say, oh, so-and-so is not on the list. How did I forget to put in so-and-so? Because I'm so scatterbrained lately. I forget things, but it's okay. It is okay. All right, so in the order in which they came in, we're going to start with Andrea. She's pretty as a peacock. If you're not watching her, yes, should be. She does the most beautiful eye looks. I have a few people in here that do some really gorgeous eye looks. It's a panning community. We like our eyeshadow. A lot of us do anyway. So I brought in a pretty eyeshadow for her, and this is Bare Minerals Lime. It was originally loose, and I pressed it with a pressing medium. My goal is to finish this whole thing. I don't know that I've used it more than once or twice since the last update because I already have pan on this, and I'm trying to hit a bazillion pans this year, so I'm kind of using it sporadically, but that's okay. Andrea can hang out. She can hang out with us, and we can just keep talking about her and send more people to her channel. I'm okay with that. Same with Jen. Same scenario. I generally use these together. Jen is Project Beauty, and she does amazing, absolutely amazing eye looks, and she has the best eyebrows of anyone that I know. I don't know how she gets her eyebrows so pretty. I can't do it. Mine are unruly, and they don't listen to me, and I'm not very good with them anyway. I'm a little bit older than her, so I suffered through the 90s, and my brows are thinner and very uncooperative. Anyway, point being, she does gorgeous eye looks, has the best eyebrows. Check her out. I brought this in for her as well, and I am slowly trying to work my way over to side pan. I eventually want the whole thing finished. It is in here to finish, but my goal right now, my short-term goal, is to get over to side pan. Again, I've only used it once or twice since the last update because it already has pan, and I still have some pans to hit before the end of the year if I'm going to get to my 200 goals. So, the ones that I am having to finish are just going to go slower. All right, I got another one that was in to finish, and this is from Brown Eyed Girl Charisse is what her channel name is. I don't think she's posted in a while, though. She was here, and then she was gone for a while, then she was back, and then I haven't seen her post in a while. I'm sure life is busy. We all go through that, right? She had sent me palettes, I don't know, a few years ago. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 palettes that she sent to me. And this is one of the ones that she sent me. This was the BH Cosmetics Bubs Beauty Bee palette. Of course, I depotted it because I went through a depotting kick, and I'm still trying to work through all of those eyeshadows. But I brought this in for her to finish. I'm making massive, massive progress on it. And I think part of the reason I am making such good progress on this one and not the greens is I have a lot of greens in other projects, especially my Pan That palette, so they're competing for time, whereas this works really well with some shades. It coordinates with shades that I have in other projects, but it doesn't compete for that because I don't have any like berry tone mattes that are this dark in any other project or anything that I would use in that manner. So that's why this one is getting a lot of progress and the greens are not. So it just is what it is. All right, next up, Deb B. You got to do the heart because, you know, it's Deb. So she has a thing for purple hearts, and so I created one. I took the Totally Fetch shade from the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, and I added some stuff into it and made it purple. It was mostly full when I brought this in. I'm making really good progress. Again, this is one that is not competing with anything else, so I'm using it, and eventually it will get done. I think so. And she's going to be hanging out. Deb's going to be hanging with me until, you know, her shadow's done. All right, moving on to Cece, another one that is in it to finish. I have a lot of those going on. Cece is the Diva Next Door, or did she change it again? I don't remember. She'll be linked down below. My brain can't keep track of all of these changes because I'm an old dog, and Nutrix and me, we're not simpatico. All right, so I have the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette. Words. And I am working on 90210 for her. It was brand spanking new when I brought it in. I've hit pan on it and used it just a few times since the last update, but the reason I chose this for her is because she was one of the co-creators for 50 Shades of Pink, which was the first version of the whole 50 Shades series things that we've been doing, like projects. And so I brought in a pink shadow for her, and I will eventually, some year, get that one finished. Okay, who are we on to? Linda Loves Life. I should have just left this out. I've been watching Linda forever, like years. And she went through some times with some silver eyeshadows and some black eyeshadows and stuff. So I brought her a silvery, it's kind of like a silvery blue shadow in for her. And I'm just attempting to hit pan on this, partially because, not that I don't want to like have her in a long time, because, you know, that was not my thinking, but it's such a hard shade for me to use. And if I put her in to finish, she'd probably be in here for like a year because silvers and blues are just not my jam. And no, I don't want to leave it in here that long. I don't want to be looking at that shadow for that long. So I brought that in for her just to hit pan on, and yes, she's still going to be in for a while. That's how I roll. All right, for Haley. Haley is another beautiful soul that has been off of YouTube for a little bit. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it's something in her personal life, and she and I don't really talk outside of like commenting on YouTube and that kind of stuff, so I don't really know what's going on in her life. It's not my business, but she is so wonderful, so sweet. If you want to like binge watch some of her older stuff, she's going to be linked down below. I really hope she does come back because I miss her like bubbly personality. She's great. She had panned this Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Sunkissed Face Primer, so I put this in for her, and I am making some progress. I don't know if you can see that line right there, but yeah, I'm definitely making some progress on it. I enjoy it, and this is a good time of year to be using that one. Next up is Gabriella, and she is, or was, I don't know if she's hit pan on it, working on, what is this shade called? Sunburst, I think, from the ColourPop Honey palette. So I decided I was going to work on it with her to hit pan, and it's gorgeous. It looks yellow. I don't know if it's going to shift on camera or not. Let me blend it. But it's yellow, but it will shift a little bit like teal blue. I don't know that the camera's going to pick that up. It is so pretty. It is definitely one of my favorites. Partially because it's yellow, and yellow is my favorite color. It's just so pretty. It's going to be in a while because I am working on multiple yellow shades right now, but I will eventually hit pan on this for her. I've been using it a lot in my inner corners when I need to just like zhuzh up my look a little bit. That will do it. All right, we are coming to my last two panners that are in, and they just so happen to both be rolling out. Like, their shades were just very easy for me to use because they were both in the browns. The first one is going to be for Verity. She's Red Dirt and Stardust. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. I want to say it was in her Beauty A to Z eyeshadow edition. She was attempting to hit pan in the shade Mousse in the Revolution Tasty Avocado palette. So I decided I was going to hit pan on it with her, and I did. I've got like this funky kind of double-ish pan there, and yeah, that is done. That is done. It's actually a nice palette. I enjoy it. And then for Ravneet, I'm sad that she's rolling out already. It really makes me sad. I probably should have had her in longer. When I brought her in, I was panning other shades that were very similar, and I thought it was going to be a lot of competition. But for some reason, I really gravitated towards the shadow. She is working on an e.l.f. palette for her Pan That palette, so I decided I was going to pull one of my Depotted e.l.f. shadows in a palette that was similar, because I don't have the same one that she's panning, and I just wanted to hit pan on it, which I did. And this is that funky one that actually has the hole in it, so I made sure that the pan was bigger than just where the hole got poked through it. And I'm kind of sad that she's rolling out, because she's so sweet, and you know, I want her to hang out with me some more. I'm sorry I'm rolling you out, but I have to roll some new people in too. I feel sad when people roll out. I know, I'm a weirdo, but I love this community, and I love the panners in it. But I have to bring 2 new people in, and I'm very happy to be bringing 2 new people in, because they're 2 people that I enjoy watching immensely. If you're not watching them, you should be. One of them I know that you guys are, because she created a project that like everyone in the world is doing. We'll get to her in a second. First is going to be Dora. If you're not watching her, she's Fuchsia Soul. She is on YouTube and she is on Instagram. And seriously, if you have not watched her, go watch her. I don't know what it is about her. There is just something that just draws me in, something in her personality and her voice. Let me just tell you about her voice. If you're into like ASMR, she is someone that you want to listen to. She doesn't have like an exact ASMR voice, but it's so calm and so soothing, and like she's got like a little bit of rasp and like the cutest little accent, and I just absolutely adore her. I adore watching her. I struggled with finding a product for her because we do not have similar collections at all. I don't think we have anything the same that I've seen her post on Instagram or on YouTube. So I struggled to find something. I've been wanting to bring her in for a while, but because of that struggle of what to bring in, that's why she hasn't come in sooner. Because I seriously adore this woman. You need to watch her. But anyway, one of the things that she does is a no-buy project pan, and you'll hear more about this later in the month. Just remember that. I think she was inspired by Jessica Payne, and then she started doing a no-buy project pan, tweak the rules a little bit to match her painting style, her collection, her goals, all that other stuff, which is kind of cool. And so I am going to piggyback on her no-buy project pan because, like I said, our collections are night and day. I want to have her in this project. So I decided, because she has certain categories that are on a no-buy, and she is panning things from those categories that she has too much of until she gets to her goal, I decided that I was going to pick one of my problem categories that I have way too many of, and I'm going to pan one of my products from that category for her. So I have a lot of lipstick, and I am not a lipstick girl. If you give me a second, I'll pull up my inventory pivot and I will tell you. I have 24 bullet lipsticks, and I don't wear lipstick, which is kind of crazy. Like, I shouldn't be buying lipsticks. I shouldn't be. Like, ever. And liquid lipsticks, don't even get me started on that. I shouldn't own any. But we're going to go with the bullet lipstick. This is from e.l.f. I think this is called Wink Pink. Since I'm panning a lot of warm lips right now, I decided to go with something that's a little bit cooler. That is what it looks like, and I'm going to attempt to finish this whole thing, and I will actually, once it gets down, yes, it's almost brand new. Not quite, but almost. I'm going to, like, dig the base out and use everything in the base because, you know, that's how I roll. So, that is coming in for Dora, Fuchsia Soul. Again, she's going to be linked down below. That's going to take a hot minute. But it needs to get done. It really does. All right, the next one that I know y'all know. I know y'all are watching. You're probably doing her project. Sophie Alexandra. I have been wanting to bring her in as well for a while for this project. You know, sometimes it's just timing. It really is. Y'all know she did create the Project Level Up where you take a palette and you have to use everything in there one time and hit pan on one of your eyeshadows. And then when you go to level 2, you level up to level 2, you have to use every eyeshadow in there 2 times and hit 2 pans. Go to level 3, use everything 3 times, hit 3 pans, so on and so forth. Like, it goes up to level 5, and then you can restart over at level 1 if you want to. So, as y'all know, I'm panning a ton of stuff, like a ton of stuff, which is part of why I was a little hesitant to bring her in this year, this calendar year. But I'm going to do it anyway because, I mean, I really enjoy watching her. She is very sweet. She has some beautiful eye looks. She's just a nice, likable person. Wanted to make sure that she got into this project. So I'm only bringing in a quint because, again, I'm a little nervous about the amount of stuff that I'm working on. But I am, for Project Level Up and Sophie Alexandra, I am bringing in the ColourPop Ballad palette. I need to use each of these shades once. I know it's only 5 shades. I know, but I need to hit pan on one of them. I have not figured out which one I'm going to attempt to hit pan on, but if I know me and my tendencies, it's probably going to be one of these 2 first shades here, and most likely the matte, because this matte shade is, ooh, it's a little grayer than I was expecting, but I think I can make that work for me as a nice transition shade blended out. I think that might work for me. We'll have to see. That was a lot cooler and a lot grayer than I was expecting. But we'll see. I do suspect that it is not going to be the black, even though it is a shimmer black, because I am panning a black to completion in another palette. And, well, that would be a conflict. My 2 roll-ins, God help me, because I have a lot of stuff to work on. A lot of eyeshadow. So, like, everything in here, so 8 of 10 is eyeshadow, and then I have a primer and a lipstick. What am I thinking? I don't know. Definitely go check out everyone that I have brought into this project. I'm still going to have Verity and Ravneet listed below because they were rolling out, and since we spoke about them, they will definitely be listed down below. And of course, I'm going to have Dora and Sophie Alexandra down below. And when I get a chance to breathe and figure things out, I will make sure that I have everyone linked down below if they fit in the description, because there's only so much space down there of everyone from the past. But again, we're going back to 2020, so it might take me a hot minute to get it all done. I'm going to wrap this up. It's getting late. It is past midnight. I need to get some sleep because we're going to be starting school here again real soon. All right, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you in my next video, have a beautiful day.